They used it on the soundtrack.
Now, I said that when I went back and we were watching these reaction videos, I couldn't find a reaction that was a negative reaction, which is true. Everything that I saw was all these people who had never heard Elvis before, and they're like, oh my God, that really is amazing. But there was one reaction video, and they were reacting to something called, and I don't know if you've ever heard of this before, guys, it was the Chaos in College Park, and it was really bad. This was when Elvis had lost his mind, right? And this was in 1974, and I guess there was a lot of stuff in the news about him being on drugs and all this kind of stuff.
Oh, that audio is absolutely fantastic. Hold on, I got to find that for you. I totally forgot about that.
He's on stage at College Park, and he starts to defend himself, explaining his losing, right? And he's like, listen, the people, you don't want to believe the stupid news. The stupid news is lying. And he's like, listen, I am a DEA agent. I am a fifth degree black belt. And someone starts laughing. He goes, who's laughing out there? I'll kick your ass. And he's like, hey, mama, won't you hush up and take a handkerchief? And he gives her a handkerchief and goes, oh, you're a grandma? Oh, most grandmas are old and wrinkly. You look pretty fine, baby. and he's like, he's
losing it there. Yeah.
It's when he had lost it. It was right after he went up to the White House and
demanded to be a DA.
I want to be President Nixon, make me a DEA agent. And President Nixon did it because he's like, well,
that's Elvis.
Listen, maybe if kids think I'm cool with Elvis, maybe they'll vote for me. You help me politically. And at that time, Elvis wasn't cool, But it's called The Chaos in College Park, and it was so. It was a guy, getting on stage, defending himself, and every word he's saying, you know he's lying because he's on drugs. He's like, I've never had a drug. He said, I don't ever drink booze. I don't ever drink booze. I never take drugs. I have to be straight because I'm a DEA agent. and it's like, Elvis, just sing Suspicious Minds.
I'm caught on a trail.
Yeah.
Walk out.
Oh, it's
because I am a DEA agent.
And do you remember when he was, wanting to be a black belt in karate or whatever?
Judo.
And no, it was karate. And they show him working out with these guys, right? And they're just letting him.
Of course.
He owned it. He owned his doctors. That's the reason he got all the pills he wanted. Whoever was teaching him karate, he paid them. So he got his he was in this rarefied air where he had so much money. He was such a big star. He could get and do anything he wanted, which obviously was his demise. I mean, he died at 43 years old.
And he looked like he was 60.
Yeah. Well, he didn't look as bad as I remember because I watched the video last night. He looked like me right now. He looked a little heavy.
I watched the documentary of kind of his last days.
Yeah.
And every room you sat in, you were soaking yourself in smoke cigarettes.
Yeah.
Because it didn't matter if you were at a doctor's office.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to light up.
Everybody's
smoking.
And I thought that was just movies.
Yeah.
But then you watch these documentaries and, oh, no, it's everywhere.
Is this the Chaos in College Park?
So the thing with this is that there's a bunch of moments. It's a full concert.
Yeah,
and
this is all on a concert.
Yeah, so
I'd heard about it.
I'm trying to find a supercut where because what you're talking about is where he's talking in between songs and he's talking. So this is one of the first ones,
and he starts to defend,
and he's talking about, just to give you a frame of reference, he's talking about that people are coming out publicly and talking about his weight gain. And this is
I haven't heard this.
Yeah,
this one's gonna hurt me.
That's what I got a punch.
Yes, yeah.
I'd like to say something right here. Those of you who saw the morning paper or the evening paper, whatever it was, they gave us a fantastic write-up.
He's high as balls.
No, they did. Except they said I had a punch here, and I want to tell you something. I got your damn punch.
I got your damn.
I wore a bulletproof vest on stage.
Oh damn.
True.
True.
In case some fool decides to take a 22 and blow my belly button off. That's the truth. I got his punch.
He's going to say head.
Son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch. I know.
And
he was at that point. He was cussing.
He was cussing because the clip I heard, he talks about how he believes in Jesus and all this kind of stuff, and then he goes, I don't even want to say it, but he's like, I'll whip your goddamn ass, and I'm like, whoa,
oh, Bubba.
Yeah, he does a Bubba line.
This is no F's, Elvis.
Clearly, that's 1974.
This is at the end.
He was on drugs.
He missed his time.
This is like at the end of Goodfellas when everything goes bad.
Did you see the helicopter, Elvis?
You know what, Angel, though, that's 74. He doesn't die until 77, and he had a concert in 77 here in Orlando. Actually, it was at Eddie Graham Sports Center like about 2 months
So were
before.
all his shows like this at the
Oh,
end?
maybe it
Yeah.
was, maybe it wasn't. I don't remember, Angel.
Not
Because this is
that
the only
bad.
one this is recorded like this.
Yeah, not that bad where he's cussing at the
So they
audience.
like
and
reined
he's-
him in a little bit, maybe?
Maybe. I don't know. At the end of his life, I don't know if Colonel Tom Parker was there or not. I don't know if they
I don't
reined
get the
him in.
impression that he was.
Where's Colonel? Son of a bitch.
Yeah, if you go to that Chaos in College Park, those little things he says in between, they're all it's embarrassing. He's messed up. Obviously,
yeah, it's basically regarded as his his worst
show ever.
And then
I think it's his best show.
To catch you got to listen. If you listen to the whole show, because it's an hour and whatever long.
Yeah.
it's the in between songs where he's riffing like this.
Well, the guy that reviewed this last night that I was watching this reaction thing, they would play those parts that were embarrassing, and then Elvis would sing, and he still killed it with the singing. Like the guy, he just was an amazing talent when it came to singing.
Yeah.
But he was rambling on stage, and he was flirting with this one woman and go, okay, grandmas are usually old, wrinkly, and ugly. You're pretty fine, baby.
You're smoking hot.
And he's
You want to
cursed.
roll with the king?
And I think he even said the T word for boobies.
awesome.
Let me see your T's.
Whoa, really?
I'm like, Elvis.
Yeah.
That was a big horn dog.
He was.
But he probably couldn't get it up at the end.
Yeah, I mean,
The pills and the abuse. He's probably he's so bloated.
his face was so bloated,
I'm
and
caught on a trial.
and you got to think, man, if he had a real doctor that could have taken care of him, I mean, he could still be alive today, right?
Oh, I've had plenty of doctors there. Good ones and bad ones.
Dude, he straight up cusses somebody out, tells them F off.
And you can't play that one, right?
No. And then hold on, there's one where he addresses his drug use. Hold on, let me see.
Okay, this is the one where he
Never done
where he said I don't
a
do
Quaalude tonight.
he said I don't do drugs. I've never even drank booze.
Booze. Starts calling it booze again.
He said
Yeah.
my body is a temple, something like that. I'm like, Elvis, come on, man. Oh, I hate to be dwelling on the one negative thing that we can find here, but
it's killing me, Ross. I thought you loved me.
I do. Look, the young Elvis, when they do the reaction video to Suspicious Mind, probably a perfect looking dude, man. He was a perfect looking dude.
So it's there, Elvis. You got your run.
He had a run, man. And also when he was in Hawaii, the first person to ever broadcast a live concert worldwide on satellite, Ryan, was Elvis Presley. It was the biggest thing anyone had ever seen at that time. And he was in perfect
Did he
shape.
tell people to show and tease them?
No, he was feeling good, looking good. When he does My Way, and it's like the most a lot of these people I saw with the reaction videos, the people that were coaches, voice coaches, like that's the most perfect performance I've ever seen in my life.
Of course,
Yeah.
performance coaches. Shame on you for never watching The King.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Like, you're a horrible performance coach if you've never watched The King.
Did you find
Sorry.
it? Did you find it, Angel?
Here's a little bit of him talking
Oh,
about.
don't play it, Angel.
No, play it.
The one man has
my
gotten
worst
to a temperature
days.
that wouldn't let me perform. From 3 different sources I heard I was strung out on heroin. I swear to God, hotel employees, Jack, bellboys, freaks that carry your luggage up to the room, people working around, talking, maids. And I was sick. I had a doctor, had the flu, and I got over one day. But all across this town, I was strung out. So I told him earlier, and don't you get offended, ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking to somebody else. If I find or hear the individual that has said that about me, I'm going to break your goddamn neck, you son of a bitch.
Wow.
That's the one I was talking about.
Wow.
He had gone crazy by then. It was
I
like
think Elvis could.
Well,
he sounds like a man that could.
Well, he sounds like a guy that tried.
He sounds like if he did get a hold of your neck, he's like, I'm gonna choke you. If I'm caught in my hands are caught in a trap.
Imagine this though.
If I find the person that's talking trash about me, I'm gonna break your neck.
I'll put you in a rear naked chokehold, baby.
I'll take you my way.
From the time he was a kid, though, he was. I mean, this was one of the
got
first
bad
people
towards the end
that
when
had
people- yeah.
so much attention on him, and it obviously the weight was too much for him. He did
Literally.
start taking drugs. He gained all that weight and all that attention. And imagine him now if he had to watch social media.
Oh, if I had a podcast, maybe I'd find that son of a bitch who wrote that article on heroin. I'd break his goddamn face.
Imagine the Elvis podcast now. Oh my God.
But you know what? It's kind of good. You really want to see 72 or however old he'd be right now.
I think it's 80s.
Interviewing, Tootie from Facts of Life.
And punching her in the face.
Yeah, it's like, that damn Tootie from Facts of Life didn't want to bang me. I was on that set, Tootie.
Poor fella, man. He had lost it by then. He had lost it. All right, we're going to do trivia when we come back. It's your chance to win some stuff. Get on the line. 407-916-1041. We got some great prizes. You're listening to the Mosh in the Morning.
People there.